And tuck your chin in slightly, lift up through the crown of the head to the ceiling. And just feel that you're upright, that you're not leaning forward, you're not leaning backwards. So trying to find that position of ease where you're aligned with the gravity. As you breathe out, allow yourself to soften, to let go of any unnecessary tension, and just use the necessary muscles to keep you upright. As you breathe out, soften the groins, feeling the contact between the base of the body and the floor. And with each next breath out, just let go, become softer and more grounded in your body. And then as you press the tips of the fingers down, also begin to feel the upward force from the ground up. That sucking up action in the palms of the hands, in the armpits, in the ribs, allowing the downward and the upward forces balance each other. And then from the openness of the chest, place your hands in front of you. The roots of your thumbs against the chest, fingers slightly away from the chest wall. Feeling the light touch between the hands, allowing the touch to expand from the center of the palms out to the sides. As you close the eyes from top to bottom, look away from the thinking brain down towards the heart center. Move in the control center from thinking to being, feeling, and be in your chest, be in the center of the chest. And take a few breaths from there and just see how that feels. Let the face be completely relaxed, widen the space between the eyebrows, softening the eyelids. Let the eyes move back away from the eyelids. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. And then after your next breath in, we'll do the 3 ohms together in your own time. As you breathe out, bow the head down, surrender the brain to the heart. One more time. Release the hands to your thighs and listen to the resonance of silence. And as you breathe in, lift the head up and open the eyes. And stretch the legs forward. And cross the legs the other way, sitting down, floor, maybe on the floor if you can, maybe not. Just as long as you can still sit on the sit bones and have something for the head in front of you. And as you breathe in, then stretch the arms forward and up to the ceiling, lengthening the sides of the body, reach up through the tips of the fingers as high as you can, feeling the length from the base all the way up. And then from there, keep reaching through the fingers as you go halfway, but sit yourself heavy in the buttocks. And then from there, take your hands down, pulling the fingers towards you to create that space in the chest. And then from there, as you slide the hands forward, take your head down lower if you can. Onto your support. And with the breath out, really softening the buttocks. Letting go. Let go of any thoughts. So again, encouraging the front brain to release back to the back brain, the eyes deep into the eye sockets. And just preparing yourself to be completely present for your yoga practice, to be in your body. And also feeling the dynamic, the inner dynamic that's there. So as you breathe in, the awareness goes towards the periphery of the body. And you see where you need to expand, extend. And with the breath out, then the breath goes in more. And see where you need to let go. And that is the inner dynamic of the poses. And as you inhale, then come back to center. And then stretch the legs forward. And cross the other way. Press the fingers by the sides, lengthen through the front. As you inhale, stretch the arms forward, have the palms down. As you inhale again, stretch the arms up. And lengthen the sides, but also feel the length in the front of the body, behind the abdominal wall. Lengthening the abdomen really well. And then from there, again, come halfway, extending through the tips of the fingers, be heavy in the buttocks. And then taking your hands down, pulling the fingers towards you and lengthening through the front body. And then hands forward more, head down. And then again, as you breathe out, let go where you need to let go. So you probably feel the tension in the hips, outer buttocks. And as you breathe in, see where you need to expand, where you need to extend. Feel that chest still lifting. Feel that there is still slight extension in the spine with the breath in. With the breath out, can you let go a little deeper? All right, and as you inhale, then you can come back to center. And take your knees together, stretch the legs forward. And sitting on one brick, have the other in front for Adho Mukha Virasana. So knees together, feet are by the sides of the hips, moving the flesh of the calves away from the knees towards the heels as you sit. And feel yourself sitting sharply on the sit bones and just noticing, is the weight even? Place your hands on the soles of the feet, lift the navel, lift the chest up. See that your ribs are quiet, that they are not protruding forwards. And as you inhale, now stretch the arms forward, interlocking the fingers this time. Palms away, spread the skin of the palms from the center of the palms out to the sides. And as you inhale, stretch the arms up and lengthening as high as you can. Spreading the skin of the palms still, see how this feels now. Breathing. Yeah, so still that same action of the breath. So as you breathe in, see where it's expand, where you need to expand. And as you breathe out, where do you need to let go? And as you exhale, you can release. And just feel the resonance of what you've done. And then the other way, so again, as you inhale, stretch the arms forward, interlocking the other way. Palms away, spreading the skin of the palms from the center out to the sides. And as you inhale, stretch the arms up. Again, so lengthening the sides of the body as high as you can from the hips, from the sit bones. Feel the stretch all the way up. And breathing, working with your breath. And as you exhale, you can release. And now we go forward. So lengthen, reach through the chest. So lead with the chest as you go. And take the fingertips forward. Take your head down. Keep the buttocks lifted, bring them back down. And then slowly, if you can, take your head down lower. As much as you are able. And just, the buttocks will want to lift. But see how much you can bring them back down. And feel, so in this position, there is this deep internal rotation in the hips, and feel that the groins are really moving back so that there's length in the spine. And breathe. And again, so feel that expansion on your breath in. Where does the breath go? Does it go to the periphery? Can you feel it in yourself? Don't take whatever I say for granted, but see if you can feel it in your own body. And as you breathe out, where does it go? Where do you need to let go? All right, and from there, you can look at your hands, spread the fingers evenly, tuck your toes under. So pressing the mounts of the index fingers down, lengthening back through the buttocks, and then from there, coming up into Ardha Mukha. And first, so we can lift the heels, lift the buttocks, press the inner hands down, and then from there, can you feel that line of extension from the mounts of the index fingers through the inner wrists, through the inner elbows, inner shoulders, all the way up to the groin. So there's still this lengthening through the center of the body, all the way up to the groins. See how the legs respond to that. And breathe and stay and be as still as you can be. All right, then as you exhale, then you can bend the knees and come down. And so we are going to lie down first. And so talking about hips, we're going to start with the counter motions first. Yeah, a few times one way, then the other. And then we bring the feet down, taking one foot against the other knee. And then first trying to get the right knee down, but keeping it on the mat. And then turning the abdomen away from the legs. So on the other side, it's hard to see. So let's show the other side. So that action is tricky. Yeah? So try not to go there, but trying to lengthen that way. But stays on the mat. Yeah, and then the second time you start the same way, but this time lifting the knee up and the head towards the knee. And we'll do that a couple of times. Okay, so that first. All right, so first, just get hold of your knees with your hands and starting in the middle. So one knee goes forward, one knee goes back, and then it's circles. Counter motions. Yeah, do big circles one way, big circles the other way. And it's more, Maria, not the feet, leave the feet alone, relax them, but it's more, you're just moving the knees with your hands and the legs are completely relaxed. So you're not doing any movements with your feet. It's a little bit different. You kind of have to get your mind around that. And then do both sides, make sure you do the other side too. Bigger movements, Carmel, if you can. And it's, yeah, so again, not the feet. It's the hips. By moving the knees, yeah, really moving, lubricating the hips. We are going to be focusing on that today, on the lubrication of the hips. Yeah. All right, and then from there you can take your feet to the floor, keeping your knees bent, and lifting your right foot up and bring your right foot against your left knee. And then lengthen, think of lengthening from the right groin towards your right knee as you bring your knee down to the floor or towards the floor. If you can't go all the way, that's okay. But try not to go sideways, but go away from you with the knee. So that's a bit tricky. It's a preparation for doing the lotus or Padmasana. And at the same time, you can stretch your left arm out and turn the abdomen away from your right leg. So it's a bit of a twist there in the spine. Yeah. And then you can come back to center and bring your foot back down. Now changing sides, bring your left foot against your right knee. And again, so lengthening from the left groin towards the knee as the knee goes down away from you. Yeah, keep going, see how far you can go. So towards more away from you than out to the side. So you want to end up with the knee still on your mat. It's tricky, I know. As much as possible. And then rolling the abdomen away from the left leg. Just go as far as you can. So if it goes away from the mat, yeah, that's okay for now, but you're aiming to lengthen away from you. So your knee stays on the mat. All right, then come back to center. Bring your foot back down. And this time, take your right foot against your left knee one more time. And you're going to lift your left knee up. Hug the back of the knee with the hands. And as you lift your knee up towards the face, you bring your face up towards your knee. And see how you can feel it in the left, or it's your left buttock. All right, then you can release, change sides. All right, so left foot against the right knee and then lifting the right knee up and then trying to get your forehead up towards the knee to meet it. And see how you feel it now in the right buttock. All right, good, then you can release. And then one more time this, because this gets better as we repeat. Yeah. And one more time, so hug the knee, back of the knee, and lift it up. And then move the head to meet the knee. And then we can release. And one more time on the other side. All right, and then lift the knee up and then lift the head up to meet the knee. Good, and then you can release. Well done. And then just roll. Let's go back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Turn around, turn on the front. And just see how it feels as the hips are slowly warming up. And so again, to spread the fingers evenly apart, and can you press the inner hands down, lengthen from the mounts of the index fingers through the inner wrists, the inner elbows, inner shoulders, all the way up to the groins. And also from the pinky sides through the outer wrists, outer elbows, outer shoulders, all the way up to the outer hips. And really engaging then the legs, pulling up the knees, allow the backs of the legs to open. So a little bit further back, see if you can work your legs a little more, Marianne. So really pushing the thighs back, really lifting the buttocks. Yeah, keep going so that your weight goes away from the shoulders. That's better. And even a little more. And breathing. All right, then as you exhale, you can bend the knees and come down. And we are going to do the leg raises in this way. So have your belts ready. Yeah, so starting in that way with your knees wide, with your hands on your knees. Then catching hold of either Victor if you can, or belt around the foot, probably for most. And then, so we are holding it from the inner knee and taking the leg out to the side, but staying centered on the sacrum. From there, then, as the leg goes up, the other straightens. From there, the knee goes out. And you try to bring your elbow over the head. Yeah, and then stay out with the knee as it just goes out to the side. And that's important there. Yeah, I can't get this message across sometimes. Yeah, that you don't go up, but you, because here you've created a real good rotation in the hip. Yeah, and you've done that. So you want to keep that as the foot goes out. Yeah. All right, go for it. All right, so start with your hands on your knees. Take your knees out to the side and feel that nice broadness on your sacrum, so it should feel good in your low back. Lifting the feet up off the floor knee. Yes, the knees are high but wide. They're high, but they're wide. All right, and then from there you can put your belt around your right foot or holding the big toe if anybody, I don't think so. Yeah, belt is good. Eventually you can hold the big toe. If you practice, yeah, if you keep lengthening your hamstrings. And then staying on the side, so you don't straighten the leg up, but just take it straight out to the side. And keep your left hand on your left knee, and keep yourself centered on both sides of the sacrum. Yeah. Hold the belt closer to the foot limb, and I don't know, I can't see properly, but hold it with the thumb out so it makes sense. The way you hold it, it opens the shoulder. Yeah. Stay there for a moment. Then from there, as you start taking your right leg up, as you straighten the left leg towards the wall, towards the floor. So left leg goes down to the floor, straight in front of you. As you lift your right leg up, right leg goes up, and the left leg straight. Yeah, that's it. And so both legs are straight now. So pulling up both knees, lifting up through the right heel, extending through the right heel, and think of taking both thighs away from you. So the left thigh goes down, but the right thigh moves away. So opening the backs of the knees fully. And don't forget to breathe, soft, smooth breath through the nose. And now from there, so you're going to bend your right knee out. Keep holding the belt with your right hand. Start, yeah, so you hold it as near the foot as you can. You can help yourself with your left hand to lift your foot up higher. So the right leg is making a right angle. And then trying to bring your elbow, so your head in the notch of the elbow, yeah, as you are lying down. And then can you press the head down on the elbow so you get more openness in the right hip. Yeah, so you're already taking the leg, so real good external rotation. And then keeping the knee out as you just straighten it out to the side. So that's the bit where I don't want you to take the leg up. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, good. But keep it straight out. That's it. And so feel, so hold it as near the foot as you can. Yeah, to close, because eventually you will hold your big toe once you can. And still feel that you are even on both sides of the sacrum. Keeping the back of the left thigh down. Breathing. All right, and then you can bring your leg back up and change sides. You can bend both knees, take your belt off your right foot, have it ready on the left foot, and take both knees out to the side. So be like a playful baby, kind of, with your knees up, but wide. Knees are up, but they're wide. Feet are up off the floor. All right, and from there, as you exhale, you are going to straighten the left leg out to the side, but keeping your right leg bent. So, and still trying to be right on the center of on both sides of the sacrum. Breathing. And then from there, as you begin to straighten the left leg up, straighten the right leg towards the wall or in front of you. Yeah. So you're working on the hips in different ways. So pulling up both knees, push the thigh back, both thighs back, open the knee, fully lean. So straight leg, the leg that's up, left leg should be straight. Pull up the knee, open the back of the knee fully. You tell me it's the pants that make it look bent. Okay, yeah, maybe. But maybe there's a bit of both, yeah? Yeah, okay, yeah, you're doing, yeah. It looks straight now. Okay, good, stay for a little longer. It needs about 30 seconds to make it effective. And then from there, you can bend your knee out to the side. Lift your hand up, holding the belt, elbow up. Hold the foot with your right hand now and lift it up hard so that the leg goes into a right angle. And then bring your left elbow over the head and then pressing the head down on pressing the head down on the elbow and go as far as you can. Feeling it in the outer left hip. Eventually, you want to hold the big toe. So aim to eventually hold the big toe with the left 2 fingers. So you want to be closer and closer along that belt to the foot. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then from there, from the side, keeping the knee out as you straighten the leg out to the side. Yeah, so this is a nice broadness there in the abdomen or the abdominal organs. So thank you. Broaden the belly from left to right. Keep the back of the right thigh down. Breathe. All right, and then bring your leg back up. And you can bend your knee. And roll to your front. And come back into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Actually, let me show you. So we're going to do, we haven't done this for a while actually. So you're going to go into a dog pose. Yeah. From there, lifting the right leg up, bringing it forward into a pigeon. Trying to have as right angle here as possible. Yeah, and you can go forward while you're here. And then taking your left knee forward, you're going to sit in Govindasana. Yeah, then we do a few stretches here. Yeah. Okay, so come into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Pull up the knees, open the backs of the knees fully, lift the buttocks high. See how you are as the hips are warming up more and more. Again, so lengthen horizontally, lengthen vertically. So everything is alive. The whole body is alive now. Expanding, extending. From there, lift your right leg up. Lift your right leg up first and extend through the heel. Then bend your right knee and swing it forward between the hands. If you can in one go. Well, if it doesn't go, then you have to help yourself with your hand. And then into the pigeon. So bringing your right foot to the left side. And then as you go down, you want to keep the hips leveled as best you can. The hips leveled. So right foot is forward in the pigeon pose. And across, yeah. And then you can just let your hands come forward all the way. So getting a bit more openness in the hips. You could do that, Karma, maybe on a chair with your foot across, on a chair. Yeah. And then from there, walk your hands back again. Bring your left knee forward. And sit in Gomukhasana. Yes, you're ending up in this position. Gomukhasana. If you need to sit on something, then do. Otherwise, just see that your feet are the same distance or on the same line. Yeah, if this is too much, just sitting cross-legged, Karma. Otherwise, yeah. All right, and then from there, stretching the arms forward, interlock the fingers again, palms away. Inhale, stretch the arms up, lengthen the sides of the body as high as you can. See how you are now. As you breathe out, and you can release, and we're going to go forwards. So having something for the head, maybe a T with the breaks. And so lead with the chest, and take your hands forward. And taking the head down. And trying to soften the hips, the buttocks, as much as you can so they become heavy on the floor again. All right, and as you inhale, come back to the center. In the chest, and as you breathe, with your own breath, as you breathe in, come back to center. As you breathe out, then going side to side, getting a bit of a turn in the spine. Once you've done the second side, then come back to center. And now taking your right foot, or say your left foot on top of the right thigh, and your right foot forward slightly. And so that you're in half lotus, half padmasana. And if that's too much, you could bring your foot forward on something. Yeah, so the top foot, if that's too much, then the foot can go forward. And first it can just be on the floor, and then on some height, so on some bolster, perhaps. Yeah, so it might look like this. Make sure there isn't any pain in this outer knee. If there is, do not go forward. Yeah. Otherwise, if you are good to go, then lengthening and then come forward. As you go forward, the buttocks want to lift, so keep them back down. And let go, and just feel all the different movements, how they feel in your hips. It's a journey of the hips. Hips hold so much, so many stories, so many emotions. As you inhale, come back to center. From here, taking your left foot on top of the right foot and coming into this modified Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet are crossing. Your knees go out to the side. And you're trying to then hop forward so that your pelvic, so that your pubic bone touches the heels, if you can, bit by bit. And be as upright as you can be, so that you're not leaning back. The body compensates by leaning back. So see, can you bring yourself more upright? And then one more time, take your left foot on top of the thigh. And if you can, maybe bring it even forward. That makes it more intense though. Yeah. And if that is too much altogether, you having the foot forward again on something. And one more time, lengthen, and then see, can we come forward? Releasing the hips, letting go, and any tension there. Especially your left one. And then one more time, come up. And take your left foot onto the right. And extend, lengthen from the groins towards the knees, be upright. Move the pubic bone forward if it needs to come forward more. All right, and then from there you can just stretch the legs forward and get yourself back into dog pose. Adho Mukha Svanasana. And back to feeling how you are. And then taking your left leg up, extend through your heel, and then swinging the left leg forward, taking the foot to the other side, and then coming down with the left foot forward. And yeah, so try to keep the hips low, so you're not leaning on your left side. And then from there, you can bring your hips forward. And just letting go of the hips. And then come back to center. So we're going to come into Gomukhasana from there. So this time, left one is on top, correct? Yeah. Or not? I'm confused. The other one on top, anyway. I think it's your right one on top now, right? Yeah. All right, just making sure that you're doing the other side. And so be upright, stretch the arms forward, interlock the fingers the other way, palms away as you inhale, stretch the arms up, lengthen the sides. And then release the arms and come forward. So have whatever you need for your head. Lengthening, leading with the chest as you go forward. Put the head down. But sit heavily in the buttocks. And then breathing in, come back to center. And take a breath in. As you breathe out, you're going to do the twist. And then coming back to center, then twist in the other way a few times. So having done in the second side, coming back to center. And now so carefully taking your right foot and the left calf, left foot forward. And so you will find one hip is probably more challenging than the other. Have the foot forward if you need to. Lengthen through the front and then come forward again. So this time you'll feel it more in your right buttock, right outer buttock. Breathe through it. So again, remember how the breath moves as you breathe in. Where do you need to? Where does it expand? Where does the side chest expand? You know, where do you feel the expansion? As you breathe out, where do you need to let go? All right, and as you inhale, come back to center. And from there, take your right foot onto the left foot now, lengthening the sides from the groins towards the knees. Be as upright as you can be, bring your pubic bone forward towards the heels. See how that is now. And then back one more time, so taking your right foot on top of the left. And if you can bring it forward and do that, but that might be too much. Yeah. And again, so lengthen through the front body. And then coming forward. And letting go of any tension in your right buttock. And as you breathe in, then come back to center. And one more time, bring your right foot on top of the left. Lengthening from the groins towards the knees. Be as upright as you can be. And then you can take your knees up, stretch the legs forward. And get yourself your bolster now. So working a little bit more on this theme. On Baddha Konasana. So you're going to have a brick on the bolster. We have done this before, but maybe it's a while. So you're sitting behind your bolster with the brick on top of it, and then you bring your feet on top of the brick. And you go in your own capability. Yeah? So giving yourself more space between the pubic bone and the heels if you need to. So you want to see or you want to feel that the knees go out and not up like this. If they go up, then you need more space. And if they go out, then you move yourself closer, then you can slide the brick forward, and then you hold yourself up on your bolster. Yeah. Let me show you the whole cycle and then the whole sequence, and then we'll do it together. Then you move the brick forward on the edge of the bolster, pointing the toes down to the floor. You can't see my toes now. So from here on the edge, so toes are pointing down as I go forward, and then pushing the brick forward with the front of the pelvis. It actually feels really good in the hips if you can get this. It's also a good extension in the big toe. Yeah, I know it looks a bit mad, but it's good for you, so let's try it. One bit at a time. All right, so first you're sitting behind the bolster with the brick on top. Then bring your feet on top. And so press in, heels in, knees out. And then sliding forward if you can. So still, so go on as far as you go with the knees still going out. And then move the brick forward. And then you're going to lift yourself up on top of the bolster. Yeah, and so moving closer. Let's get a bit more intense. And then take your brick on the edge of the bolster with the feet still on top. And then bring your pelvis forward. And trying to point the toes down to the floor as much as you can. As you then push the brick forward with the pubic bone. And then allow, as the heels press against each other, knees go out. Sorry, what are you doing? Knees need to go out. See the way my knees go out? And yours go up to your ears, so you need more space. So that may be just too much. Yeah, as long as, so you keep working, as long as the knees go out, then eventually you can go deeper into it. Yeah, how are we doing? Yeah, and then the more upright the upper body goes, the more intense it becomes in your hips. Yeah, so see, Liam, how much you can bring yourself more upright, and yeah, push the brick forward more if you can. Yeah, good. Yeah, show me, Tori. So can you slide your, yeah, and then push the heels in, let the knees go out. The heels in, knees out that way. And Marian, you lost the brick. All right, cool. Then you can release. This is so important, you know, that for me, we lost it with sitting on chairs. So it really is important to do this. When I was on that meditation retreat, we were sitting 9 hours a day, and I was able to sit upright I'm not bragging, but because of this practice that I've been doing for many years, I was the only one who was able to sit 9 hours a day on the floor, upright, comfortably, you know. So the purpose of doing the pose is actually, initially was to be able to sit in meditation for a long time with comfort. Because when everything is aching, then it's not much fun and you can't really focus. Okay, now, so with the bolster widthways, sitting on top of it, have the grip between the feet, so still working on Baddha Konasana. And I told you this never has been my favorite pose, but it does get better with practice. So as you press the heels against the brick, let the knees go out to the side. And you're sitting on the brick, and you might just stay there. And then if you want to challenge yourself, then you slide forward, you slide off your brick. Yeah, so let's see. But you want to see that the knees are going out again. They're not going up. If they're going up like this, then you need more space. Yeah, so taking the feet forward more until you feel that there is a rotation. And then from there, see if you can take your break away and just slide your feet towards each other. And again, so pressing the heels in and the knees out. And be as upright as you can be. Still with me? Good. And then bring your knees up, switch the legs forward. And let's come into our new Krishnasana again. And you'll see how you are. From there, you're going to bring your left foot forward and come into Prasarita Padangusthasana. Have a look. So you're going to end up with your feet wide, facing forward. And we are going to go through some of the standing poses, always going into this pose. It's very, very nice. It's a very nice way to do it for the hips. We have done this before, but it's a while, I think. So let me just show you this first, and then I'll do it with you. So depending on your flexibility, you might be able to go down, or you might be able to go all the way down. Or maybe not, maybe you just have to stay here. Yeah, from there, we all take the hands forward, then we turn the feet to the right side. For Trikonasana, bending the right leg into a right angle as you walk your hands around. And it's important that you really bend your knee. Yeah, taking your hands to the ankle, you can, as you then from the side straighten the leg. And as you straighten the leg, you turn the hips, you turn the abdomen, you turn the chest, and then you're in Trikonasana. So it's like, instead of coming into the pose from the top, as we normally do from here, you are going into it from the bottom, which is different. It's a different feeling to the hip. And then back to center. Yeah. And then the other side. And like this, we go through different standing poses, and we do a little bit different movements with the arms in the Prasarita Padangusthasana. Okay, so get ready. Feet wide. Take your hands down, so either on the bricks or on the floor, shoulders back, lift the chest. Press the middles of the heels down, spread the toes apart well. And then turn your feet to your right, so left toes in a little bit, right toes out, heel in. And bend your right knee. And walk your hands towards the right foot. So right leg is in a right angle. And then place your right hand to your right angle. And then as you breathe out, begin to straighten the leg as you turn the spine up at the same time. So turn the abdomen, the chest, top, shoulder, back, and then stretch the arm. So you might find that you are a bit lower with the hand than normal. And just stay and breathe. You don't come up, I'm coming up just to see you. And then bend the front knee, make a right angle, take your hands in front of the foot, come back, walk back to center, go into Prasarita Padasana. Take a few breaths here. And then straighten the arms, put your hands under your shoulders, turn your feet to your left, right toes in a little bit, left toes out, and the heel in. Bend your left knee well as you walk your hands around. You can take your left hand to your left ankle or the shin, wherever you need it. And as you breathe out, as you press your left foot down, begin to straighten the left leg. As you turn the waist, the right waist up, the chest, the abdomen, top shoulder back, and then stretch the arm up when you're ready. And breathe. As you exhale, bend your left knee in a right angle. Take your hands in front of the foot. So that's bending on the knee is really important. Yeah. And then turn your feet forward, come back to center. This time you can have the hands the other way, this way. So your hands are pointing back, fingers pointing back, bending the elbow. That's for those of you who are going into the full pose. Head down. And then lift your head up, take your hands forward under your shoulders, turn your feet to your right, left toes in a little bit, right toes out, and the heel in. Bend your right knee into a right angle, walk your hands around. This time, you're going to come into Virabhadrasana 2. So keep the front knee in a right angle as you take the upper body upright. Straighten the arms out to the sides. Look over to the right side. And breathe in. And a few times you're going to straighten the leg and bend the knee. So it's nice for the knee to lubricate it. So with the breath out, bend the knee. With the breath in, straighten the leg. One more time, and then last time, we stay there. And as you exhale, then take your hands in front of the foot. Walk back to center. Look up with the chest. If you can go all the way down, take your hands back, so the fingers pointing back, and head down. You can have your head on some block if you need to. And then from there, straighten the arms, take your hands under your shoulders, turn your feet to your left, right toes in, left toes out, and the heel in. Bend your left knee well as you walk around to your left foot. Press your left foot down, and then come upright. So extend the arms to the center of the chest. See that your left leg is making a right angle. And then again, you can straighten the leg and bend feet arms. Upper body is upright, so getting some fluidity in that knee. And this time, stay there and breathe. And as you exhale, take your hands in front of the foot, staying low in the hips, and walking back to center. And this time you can, if you take your hands back, with the palms facing up, so the arms are straight, with the palms up, and the head goes down. And just resting here for a moment. And then from there, take your hands onto your shoulders, turn your feet to your right, bend the front knee, this time have a break in front of the foot, and it could be standing up if you are stiffer. And you're going to go into Parashakvanasana, so with the knee in a right angle, take your arm overhead and extend from the back heel all the way through the tips of the fingers. You can look up at the hand, at the fingers, and breathe in. And with your elbow, you're helping the knee to stay back. And breathe, so 2 breaths. As you exhale, bring your hands down and come back to center. Lengthen through the chest, and then if you can, take your hands back, head down, arms back, arms up. Breathe. Alright, and take your hands forward under your shoulders. Turn your feet to your left, right toes in, left toes out, and the heel in. And bend your left knee well. Take your break in front of your left foot. Push the knee with your elbow, and just take your arm overhead. And extend, so feel the line of extension from the back heel all the way through the tips of the fingers. Have the wall here in a strategic position. Breathe, soft breaths. And as you exhale, then you can come back to center. Look up at the chest. And this time, so take your hands in line with your feet, take your head down. And you're going to interlock the fingers behind you, so she arms overhead. Alright, and you can release the arms, so your hands under your shoulders, look up at the chest, turn your feet to your right, again, so left toes in, right toes out, and the heel in. Bend the front knee, make a right angle, walk your hands towards your right foot, have a break ready. And we're going to first go into Trikonasana. You can use the break, you can have the hand on the leg as well. Straighten the front leg, top arm up. Abdomen, chest turning, top shoulder back, breathing. From there, it's gonna be half moon pose or Adra Chandrasana. Taking your top hand to your hip, hopping the back foot forward. Take your break forward about the foot, keeping it in line with your little toe. Look at the floor first, and keeping the standing leg bent as you lift your right leg up straight. And then straightening the standing leg, taking the arm up when you're ready. If you're ready, looking forward. And stay and breathe. And really sucking the bottom buttock into the body. So that's, feel the stability there. Yeah, so hips are over each other, top hip up more, Marianne. Lift your foot up a bit more, Tori. Good. And then stepping back further than you think into Trikonasana. And then bend the front knee, make a right angle, take your hands in front, and walk them back to center. And then you can go all the way down again. Interlock the fingers the other way, keep your arms overhead, breathe. And then you can release the hands, look up with the chest, turn your feet to your left, so right toes in a little bit, left toes out, and the heel in. Bend your left knee well. I'm just gonna move myself so I can do the next pose. Have the break ready. And then straighten the front leg, left leg coming into Trikonasana first. Abdomen turning, chest turning, top shoulder back. Breathe. Bottom leg straightly. Is it straight? And then you can take your top hand to your hip. Bend the front knee. Hop the right foot forward. Take your break forward about the foot, keeping it in line with your little toe. And then keep looking at the floor as you begin to lift your left leg up straight, right leg up straight. And then when you are ready, straighten the standing leg as well. And then turning to look up, stretching the arm up. Breathe. Can you really feel the stability in the bottom buttock? Can you really suck it in now? So you've done so much opening. Now we are also stabilizing it. And as you breathe out, and you can bend the standing leg and step back further than you think into Trikonasana. Further than you think. Turn the abdomen, turn the chest up. So take your break back again, Liam, so that your hand is under your shoulder. Yeah. Turn abdomen, turn the chest up, shoulder back. And then from there, you can come all the way to standing, keeping the feet wide. And let's see, can we do Prasarita Paradhanasana 2? So this time the hands are in the Namaste position behind your back. Stretch the arms out to the sides, turn your palms back, bend the elbows behind your back with the fingers pointing up. Have the hands as high as they go along the spine with the palms facing each other. If that is too much, just hold the elbows, yeah? I'll show it to you from the back. So you can also do it like this. So so palms are together. If that's too much, you hold the elbows tight. From there, as you press the little finger sides against the back, do a kind of a little back bend. So looking up with the chest, look up, lift the chest up, and then from there, leading with the chest as you go forward. So you can go halfway. So you need to lift the buttocks high as you go, and then can you go all the way down? That's the question. Lift the elbows up. Press the little finger sides against the spine, but the elbows go up. Elbows need to go up. That's a bit too, Marianne, just hold the elbows. No, not your forearms, your elbows. There's a difference. How it feels. All right, and then press the little fingers against the back. Come back to standing. Well done. Take your feet back together. This was a longer sequence. We don't have much time, but we will continue again next time. For now, so just to counter that, we've done a lot of external rotation in the hips. Now I want you to do Virasana, Supta Virasana. So you can get yourself a bolster and a blanket for the head. And you could have a belt for the thighs so that the knees don't spread out. And so are we all good with just bolster? So knees are together, feet are by the sides of the hips, with the toes pointing back and moving the flesh of the calves from the knees back towards the heels as you sit. Make sure that the knee, the skin on the inner knees are not it's not stuck there. So I always lift the knees up slightly and move the skin up of the inner knees. Do you know what I mean? Because the knees tend to go inwards. You don't want that, because then it's not comfortable for them. So then belt around your lower thighs, around the knees. And then going back. Bolster or whatever you are using is supporting the ribs and not the lower back. And something for the head. And just breathing. So this should be restful. This should not be hard work. So now I want you to feel the length in your thighs, the internal rotation in the groins, the openness in the chest. And again, going back to how the breath works dynamically as you inhale. Where does it go? Can you feel the breath in the outer chest, on the periphery, expanding you? And as you breathe out, can you let go more where you need to let go? One more minute or so. Just trying to relax as best you can. All right, well done. And then you can slowly come back to sitting. Take your belt off. And just stretch the legs in front of you. And it is time for Shavasana. You can just lie down flat. And it would be a nice thing to have some weight for the groins. So if you have your bolster on the top thighs. So after all the work we've been doing, you can just completely let go now of the hips. All right, Shavasana. Make sure you're warm and comfortable. Feel that you're aligned properly, that you're in a straight line. That you're on the very center of the back of the head, with the chin down lower than the forehead. And then begin to let go. Relax the face and all the facial muscles. Widening the space between the eyebrows. Soften the eyelids and let the eyes move down away from the eyelids. As if you had eyes at the back of the head, looking out through the darkness of the skull. Relax the jaws, the tongue, the throat. And feel the contact you have between the back body and the floor, from head to feet and feet to head, feeling all the touch points between the back body and the floor, and the whole plane of the body on the floor all at once. With the breath out, softening the abdomen. Let it fall down towards the back. With the breath out, softening the whole front body. Let it fall down towards the back body. And you surrender more and more to the gravity with each next breath out. So you let go completely. Nothing more to do. There is nothing left undone. Just let go. I'm gonna finish with a poem. After a while, you learn the subtle difference between holding a hand and training a soul. And you learn that love doesn't mean leaning and company doesn't mean security. And you begin to learn that kisses aren't contracts and presents aren't promises. And you begin to accept your defeats with your head up and your eyes open, with the grace of a woman, not the grief of a child. And you learn to build all your roads on today, because tomorrow's ground is too uncertain for plans. And futures have a way of falling down in mid-flight. After a while, you learn that even sunshine burns if you get too much. So you plant your own garden and decorate your own soul instead of waiting for someone to bring you flowers. And you learn that you really can endure, that you really are strong, and you really do have worth. And you learn and learn. With every goodbye, you learn. Okay, dear ones, with that I'm going to say goodbye, good night, have a wonderful week, and see you next week.